The name of this video is Ira Krakow's Animated 3D Text Blender 2.49b tutorial. In this tutorial, I will show you how to create animated 3D text in Blender 2.49b. You can use this type of effect to create, for example, rolling credits in your video. Or perhaps you can do something like the Star Wars introduction, a long, long time ago in a galaxy far away. The techniques are based on Paolo Ciccone's excellent Blender 3D survival guide, which you can find at CreativeCow. Specifically, you can find how Paolo creates animated 3D text in parts 3 and 4, and I have the URLs in the notes. You should watch Paolo's tutorial as well, because he discusses many other features of 3D text animation, such as lighting and camera positioning. Blender has so many features that it's impossible to cover all of them in one or two videos. The purpose of this tutorial is to show you the basic steps, a recipe for doing animated 3D text in Blender. So let's get started. So fire up Blender, delete the default cube, right-click, X to delete, and enter to confirm. If you click inside the 3D window, the 3D cursor goes to the place where you click. That's the place where the next object will be created. We want the text to be placed at the origin. X equals 0, Y equals 0, and Z equals 0. To do that, there's a simple shortcut to place the 3D cursor there. Press Shift-C. To create a new text object, you do space, add text. The text object has the word text placed on the floor. The text object is actually a curve object. Press Tab to go into edit mode. For a text object, when you press the Tab key, you can change the text. There is a cursor, a vertical bar. Let's change the text so that it says Blender 3D text is so very cool on 3 lines. Press the backspace key 4 times to remove the word text. Then type Blender 3D text. Press Enter to go to the next line. And then type is so very. Press Enter to go to the next line and type cool. Press Tab to go back to object mode. Now let's make the camera see the text in the view. From the View menu, select Align View and then Align Active Camera to View. Alternatively, you could have pressed Ctrl-Alt Numpad 0. Now the 3D view is in camera view. Rotate the text 30 degrees in the Y direction. R, Y, 30. Press the Scale key to scale the text up 1.5 times. S, 1.5, Enter. Press F12 to render. Right now, the text is flat. To make it 3D, go to the Editing buttons, F9. In the Curves and Surfaces panel, there are 2 settings that can make the text look 3D quickly. The first one to click is the Extrude button, and click on it 3 times to give it a depth of 0.3 Blender units. This gives the text thickness. Another thing we can do to make the text more striking is beveling the edges. To do that, press the Bevel key twice. Give the text a bevel depth of 0.02 Blender units. Press F12 to render. So now we have 3D text. We can also change the orientation of the text. In the font panel, for example, we can center the text by clicking on Center. We can also change the font to any font that's installed on your PC. The default font is built in. To change it on my Windows machine, from the font panel, click the Load button. Navigate to the Windows Fonts directory. The fonts that Blender supports are highlighted with a dark blue square. I changed the font to Georgia Bold. To add a dramatic effect, I changed the spacing to 1.3 from the default of 1. We can change the color of the text. Let's make it blue. Press F5 to go to the shading buttons. Click the little icon to the left of Add New. Let's use the default material, which comes with Blender's default scene associated with the cube. Even though we deleted the cube, the material is still available, although the O in front of it shows that no object is associated with it. So click on Material, change the color to blue. R equals 0, G equals 0, and B equals 1. Press the G key to grab the text and center it in the camera view. Press F12 to render. So now we have the blue text offset against the blue sky. Let's get rid of the sky to make the blue text stand out against a black background. Go to the Scene buttons, F10. We could, of course, make the world background color black. But another way is from the Render Layers tab. We can get rid of the sky by clicking on the Sky button so that the sky doesn't render at all. Press F12 to render. Now the text is in the foreground with a black background. To get an even more dramatic effect for our text, we can use ambient occlusion. AO is a way of highlighting dark and light areas in the text. To do this, press F5 for the shading buttons, then go to the world buttons. It's on the right-hand side. Select AMBOCC, A-M-B-O-C-C. Click on ambient occlusion, which makes ambient occlusion active. It's not active by default. We want to use approximate AO and both lighten and darken. So click on approximate and both. Press F12 to render. Note both the darkening and lightening of the text. Now let's animate the text. To do this, go to frame 1. With the cursor in the 3D window, press the I key to insert a keyframe. Select Lock Rot for location and rotation. Go to frame 230. Rotate the text 90 degrees along the Y-axis. R, Y, 90. Press the I key to insert a keyframe. Select Lock Rot. With the cursor in the 3D window, press Alt-A to animate. Now to create the animation, go to the Output tab in the Scene buttons. If you enter / / 2 forward slashes in Windows, you set the output animation to the same place where the blend file is. You can set the output to AVI, RAW, codec, or JPEG, QuickTime for a MOV file, or FFmpeg. There you have it, animated 3D text in Blender. I hope this gives you a good start towards making your own cool animated 3D text effects. When you do so, please post your renders in my Blender 3D forum at forum.irakrakow.com so that others can see it. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Happy blendering!